That's right. Sure. All good. Well, it's great to be here at the Queensland Museum to be able to announce the process for choosing Queensland's newest state emblem. To add to our state emblems like our floral emblem, our fauna emblem, our aquatic emblem, and the great important emblem of the colour of maroon, we've made a decision as a government to add a fossil emblem. Fossils are so significant here in Queensland, and particularly to outback Queensland. That's why we've decided to go down this track of providing an opportunity for Queenslanders to determine which fossil will be the official state fossil of Queensland, and have that proposal go before the State Parliament later this year. I'm very pleased to be here with Dr. Andrew Roosevelt, the Geosciences Curator here from the Queensland Museum, and want to highlight that we've got 13 weeks from today for people to get out there and get around and get behind and support their favourite of the 12 fossils that have been nominated by an expert panel that we put together of natural historians, of our regional tourism organisation leadership, and our local government councils across the state. So that panel have put together and analysed those fossils that have been identified and discovered here in Queensland, some of whom are in this room here at the Queensland Museum, and others can be seen right across the state, including in outback Queensland, and allow Queenslanders to choose their favourite fossil to be put forward to become Queensland's state fossil as part of our family of emblems that is all about how we make Queensland great. So I encourage people to get out there, learn more about the 12 fossils, and I'll invite Andrew in a moment to talk to the different nominees. Find out more about them, find the one that you love, that you think is the right choice for celebrating the great role that fossils have played in telling the story of prehistoric Queensland, and been a further encouragement to people to come and visit parts of Queensland, particularly outback Queensland. They might not have chosen to otherwise. Now, we know that dinosaurs are a favourite for lots. There'll be plenty of the younger generation will be keen on the dinosaurs, but there are a range of other fossils that are on offer as part of the 12 nominees, including a flower, including a toothed platypus, and a very rare and amazing amphibian. So plenty of choice, plenty of ideas and opportunities, but I encourage people to get involved and be part of making sure this is truly Queensland's choice. Andrew.
Thank you, Mr. It was a really exciting set of choices we had to choose from. We had the most amazing assemblage of fossils. We've got the most complete Jurassic dinosaur known from Australia. We've got the oldest mineralised flower known from anywhere in the world. We've got the largest sauropod dinosaur recently described from Eromanga. We have all these amazing fossils that have been found in this state, and our fossil record goes back 1.6 billion years. So it's a remarkable legacy of time and the fossils, and they tell us not only about the animals and plants that have been here in the past, but they also give us a snapshot as to the antecedents that gave rise to the modern fauna and flora of the state. So it is very much about understanding our heritage, Australia's heritage, in a broader context. The one thing I'd like you all to appreciate is that the final list of 12, we tried to choose things that were uniquely Queensland, and we've largely done that. But what's interesting is that the fossils are not only new species, but also in nearly every case new genera. So they're significant not only nationally, but internationally, because they're found nowhere else in the world. There's a huge interest now in paleotourism in outback Queensland, and there are new museums being set up. And so the Fossil Emblem Project is a chance to promote and tell people around Australia and overseas about the amazing fossils that are being found in the state. So it is about promoting it, but we also have a lot of new research being undertaken. There are new fossils being found every year in the state. It's a state of excitement and discovery about what can be found in the state. There are research teams at the University of Queensland, out of the Australian Age of Dinosaurs, at Uramanga, obviously at the museum as well. And we're all trying to better understand the history of the state, the history of the fauna and flora of the state over time. I knew somebody was going to ask me that question. My area that I specialise in is botany and paleobotany, so I'm interested in the history of rainforests and vegetation in Australia. So I'm sorry, I'm going to choose the plant. I know it's not a popular choice, but the kids will love the dinosaurs. There's 5 nominated from across the state.
Oh, I got in trouble recently for suggesting I had a favourite amongst other sort of things that might get chosen into the future. So I dare not express a favourite, but I do know that there will be, from particularly our different regions, different locations across the length and breadth of the state, particularly in those outback areas where some of these fossils have come from, there will be great cheer squads for individual nominees, and of course, you know, some have some particular names like the Isosfordia Dixoni. I thought that one wrong. Duncany. There are some ones that are some local favourites associated with local places, like the Muttaburrasaurus, like the Isosfordia Duncani. So there will be some local champs that will get out there behind these nominations. Yeah, effectively it's an online poll, so there's an opportunity for people to get in there and get engaged. And I think you know, I've heard some suggestions made that out of the fantastic facility at the Australian Age of Dinosaurs in Winton, there might be a bit of push polling that goes on. There might be a bit of encouragement to people to support particular ones. That's all part of the fun. It's all part of the way in which we'll make sure that people get behind and get engaged in this. But I genuinely encourage every Queenslander who takes an interest in our story and our ancient, how ancient this land is, that we get in behind this process, find out more about which one you favour, and get in there and vote. No, I just want to yeah.
Can I just say one thing, that we are still looking for fossil evidence of bin chickens as well. Oh. We are still looking for fossil record of bin chickens as well. So if anybody finds that, that'd be really cool. It's Andrew and Rosefelds, Rozefelds.
Oh, absolutely. It's great to see that we've now got the full complement of the organising committee determined, and we'll see the first meeting of that group later this month. Well, this final decision was made between the Premier and the Prime Minister. They've worked on it together, and that was a final step in the process. It certainly that didn't need to wait other things. This is happened in a way that's timely, and I know from conversations that the International Olympic Committee are entirely happy with how this process is working. It's got an amazingly broad set of skills and experiences, and representation. People from different parts of the state, people from different parts of the country, who will bring together and get in behind supporting our state's opportunity to shine on the world stage. And I'm very excited of the breadth of talent and capability and experience that's been brought together for this board. It'll be later this month. Oh, look, obviously the early decisions that need to be made are ones around things like, technically the name of the organising committee, things like the structures and the timing and how structures will roll out. And then there'll be, the next wave of the decisions will be things like establishing the commissions and committees. Those are the bodies that are further opportunities for further range of individuals and experiences to have an input into the decision making that leads to that's important on this next 10-year journey. Look, personally, I don't, but I think that they played an important role in managing the pandemic. But this is a matter that is subject of further consideration by the courts, and I'll leave my statements to that. Well, that's a matter that's obviously, by the sounds of it, before the courts, so I think we'll leave it there. We're all good. We beat the rush of patrons. You've done very well.